Today. It's indeed a pleasure to have you all here. So 3 months ago, I think on May 3rd exactly, 2024, we launched this FWD 200P bomber. We came up with a mock-up model and told this is how we're going to make it. A lot of optimizations, lot of efforts, lot of R&D happened. Today I have a good news for all of you. We have successfully touched the sky, and this is first of its kind male aircraft for India. As you all know that India is looking for certain male technologies, medium altitude, long endurance aircrafts. As you all know that warfare dynamics are very fastly changing. With ongoing wars that we are already seeing that it's entirely unmanned. There is no artillery infantry going, there is no soldier holding the gun and going into warfare. And tomorrow, definitely there is no close combat. It's all about the technology, it's all about the unmanned warfare itself. So in such a case where, for the surface area we have here in India, we need about 5,000 such aircrafts. Unfortunately, we are still lagging behind in the technology. That moved us a lot. Because Turkey denied the technology. They told, we are not going to give you Bayraktars. And then we have been trying to import US Predator. We are trying to deal with them. Each US aircraft, Predator aircraft from General Atomics is $32 million. Still, we are ready to buy that. $3 million revised to probably $4 million. It's been 2 years and US is just dodging. We are not getting anything here. And this is the time, we have to all realize that self-reliance is very, very important. All these days, Mr. Narasimhan, Mr. Prajwal Bhatt, and 65 others along with us. And I was just talking to a few of the reporters here. So, Infosys Narayan Murthy ji, UV program, a 70-hour work week. We have worked 150 hours a week. And with a lot of pride, I would actually say that, my team has given all that effort to make this happen. Because in 4 months, pulling off such an aircraft is not a small feat. Because today, the aircraft that you are seeing can complete most of the combat aircrafts today that are there. We don't need to rely on anybody. We have also put up a display of the subcomponents that we have already developed, right from the propulsion systems to the propellers, control systems, battery management systems, power modules, power distribution or the power box, and the aerodynamics. Everything is designed in-house and made in-house. So that is why I call it first of its class in India. And it is touching about 12,000 feet. Absolute ceiling is about 15,000 feet. It can go up to 800 kilometers range, can penetrate enemy's airspace. Not a stealth one as of now completely, but we are making it stealth in coming days using some radar absorbent materials. This is made of complete carbon fiber composites, and this has a max speed of about 250 kilometers per hour and 150 kilometers cruise speed. So we'll be displaying you a video of our first flight, or one of the videos of many flights that we have done in recent days. So developed in India. are already used on various of our other civilian platforms, which are type certified for airworthiness by TGCA, for the civil aviation. Thank you. This is what we wanted to showcase to all of you. We are trying to approach Indian government first to take permissions on whom to sell it, whom not to sell it. Then once they give us the permission, we will be talking. We are already in talks with various African countries and various Southeast Asian countries. So we would be doing the deal once government of India approves it. Sir, we have already a couple of other aircraft that have been given the airworthiness by DGCA, but this does not fall under DGCA's purview. Nevertheless, the components that you see are already type certified by DGCA for airworthiness. No, we do not make any type of optical payloads. We do not make any type of explosives. We will just make carriers. So it is up to defense forces what type of ammunition has to be used or what type of explosives have to be used on that. So, right. So you can mount two warheads, one on either side beside the pylons. No, no, we can give the slots. It's more about the flight. So it can be modified to any type of missile because we don't have the exact dimensions or the requirements for armed forces. Once they give it, making slots should not be a big issue. And also under the belly there will be a bay which can be opened up using some actuators, and it can be dropped as well. It's a 2-day old video. Nevertheless, we have been doing the flights. So after they came to know about the flight test being successful, they have approached us. So we are still in talks. They might subject us to certain technical reviews as well. It might differ from unit to unit. We might have to go with some LAC certifications as well, probably, which we will be doing it now from now on. Once that is there, as per the acquisition procedure, things will follow. It's just a drop-in mechanism. So again, our killer drones, what we have, which will be dropped from this, has its own navigation system. So its own guidance navigation it has got. So yes. So today we are proudly introducing FWD 200B bomber. We have shown up a mock-up model of it like 3 months ago almost on May 3rd. Today we are coming up with a good news where we have done a successful flight of it. Various parameters of it are tested. So be it altitude, be it service ceiling, or be it the runway requirements to endurance and the range. So now I can proudly say that India has got one male aircraft today in its basket where we are war ready. That's what I can say.
Which aircraft? Male aircraft?
Male, which is medium altitude, long endurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sir, how is this different from the other aircraft we have already?
We don't have anything as such as of
Okay.
today. So
Okay,
that is why this is a very prestigious project. So we have been desperately looking for somebody who can help us out on this. We, in the sense, India. We have been in talks with Predator aircraft, General Atomics Predator from USA, which was about a $3 billion deal. But from past 2 years, US is just dodging, and we could not get anything.
Okay.
Turkey, they denied their Bayraktar technology to India. I think Iran's order book is already full with Russia consuming it in the war. So now there was one friend Israel who was ready to give, but again they are engaged in a war. So now India needs about 5,000 such aircrafts, male aircrafts, and today the count of it is almost nil. So that is what raised a lot of concerns.
and India is looking very badly for it. And I'm very happy that we have successfully conducted a flight test, so that now India can make use of this technology. And the vision that we have, that we see at Flying Wedge is, uh, it might not be the, it need not be the Flying Wedge product, but it can be India's product that can be sold to various countries, like African countries, Southeast Asian countries, where when once if you remember, we rejected the UN Security Council seat. Today, I see a vision where, using these mail aircrafts today, which are key things in unmanned warfare that is going on now. India can sell this to many countries, have its own place, and grow as a superpower.
So, sir, I read it that it is 85% indigenous.
Uh,
Yeah.
this is
So,
90% indigenous now.
90%.
Yes,
Okay.
increased.
So, tell me about the journey, like how it happened, and
Yeah, yeah,
what are the repercussions, what are the problems you faced in the
yeah.
journey.
Sure, ma'am. So when I just entered this industry, one thing that I saw was most of the imports were from Chinese. That we are importing from them. Entire components, 99% of the components were from Chinese. The entire Indian industry is dependent on that. I'll tell you, there was an order from one of the government departments, which I cannot name. 2,500 drones order was there. Even today, the entire order is not fulfilled by the entire industry. I'm just talking about agriculture drone. Imagine this, where we are actually. 2,500 agriculture drones are not being met, because one of the propulsion systems was being changed by Chinese. And again, people had to go through the type certification process and approvals. I'm talking about rotorcrafts, not even about fixed wing aircrafts, not even about mail aircrafts, which can go beyond your 12,000, 15,000 feet. I'm only talking about small drones.
Mm.
So then what is it about? Where do we stand in big aircrafts, mail aircrafts? That raised a lot of concerns. And I really thought I have to contribute something to this ecosystem, to the country. That's where everybody in the company uh, has seen the vision that I've seen, and they have implemented it today. That's how we are giving India the first of its kind mail aircraft.
Congratulations for
Thank you,
that.
ma'am.
How response is the government, central government?
Response is good. We are in talks with them. A lot of traffic and buzz is going on. We still have to see how this can fit into their various missions, and how the procurement process happens. I'm sure it would be as per the DAP 2021. So
Will it be useful for other field as well?
yes, sir. It can be used in various tactical missions, like disaster relief programs, where you food supplies, health supplies, medical supplies. All this can be done. So high altitudes area, suppose you see some floods or something happening on very high altitudes, or Uttarakhand, we have seen recently floods happening. Northeastern states, some landslides and disasters. All the time, this can help, because this is a heavy kg class. This is the first time ever built. We're also scaling up to 12.5 meters, where fabrication is going on. Very soon we'll come up with that. It is a predator class. So what we are providing here is primarily economical and efficient warfare. So with a very minimal cost, you will be able to have a bigger edge over the enemy.
How competitive with the, out foreign such aircraft?
So we are not trying to compete with Predator, because Predator is a different class. It's a $32 million aircraft, which many countries would not want to buy. So now warfare is not about sophisticated systems. Warfare is about quantity, rather than the quality. So I would say that if you pair five such aircrafts, it can take down one Predator, and cost of Predator is 32 million. This is half a million. So five such will cost you 2.5 million, and 2.5 will take down a 32 million. Also think of it this way: when you are trying to enter your enemy's airspace and there is a war, enemy might take your Predator down with one missile, but he requires five missiles to take down my five aircrafts. So you are splitting the weight into five using swarming technique. So at least one out of it will reach the target, if not.
Export opportunities for you?
Plenty export opportunities, sir, because today I think five countries are leading this particular technology, and they're literally dictating to whom it has to go. I mean, whom they have to empower. For example, China has got Wingloom, whom they're not giving to most of the countries. We have Hermes 900, but Israel is already busy with their war. There is Predator aircraft, which they are not giving to India. Turkey also is empowering Pakistan and various other countries, which is not our friendly nation again. So Shahid, Iran makes Shahids, which are given to Russia. Now, other than this, I don't see any big player who is doing this, and no other country is doing it. So, all other countries who are looking up for such technologies, for the futuristic warfare technologies, to keep their country sovereign, needs that. Many countries are looking for it desperately. One such is we Indians itself.